we get to talk about the lovely human being brain, the embodied brain. So, first of all, some new episodes coming up, and one is keeping your humanity alive, and how that is about loving yourself and others with an open, spontaneous, loving heart. That's how you keep your humanity alive. Now, your humanity comes from a very specific place. And when you learn about being human the right way, so not with the ancient silverbacks who basically, how do I explain? So I am 5D mystic here, woo-woo, pseudoscience. I use those words not to tease any of our mystic plane stuff, but I also don't tease the science people that do research behind them. So this is where both they exist. And so depending on who's watching, I'm woo-woo lady or pseudoscience lady, because they want the empirical science people, which is fair and square, but those same people who basically do the, oh, woo-woo pseudoscience lady, yes, okay. That's, again, with all due respect, yes, educated brain, right now, right here, making fun, teasing, because I'm a functional adult. I have healthy self-worth. I love myself. It was never confusing. The sentence has not been ever confusing. I was held with what is called equanimity. I have a parent, my primary caregiver. The other ones, they primarily showed me something that I've seen other human beings perform quite straightforwardly. That would be to talk about being badass. No badass anywhere that I can note. I mean, the ancients and the silverbacks, we know why the wrong people get elected. And then that's, I talked about that. That one was really amazing. Finally, I have colleagues in my political science field spelling out things in a scientific way that says, yeah, we want less of those who have these traits. And they're not evil, they just need good therapy, and we need to get other people to stop wanting silverbacks is what I was going to say. But see, this is where it doesn't really work that way. It works together. So I get to try and get that together. So your 3-year-old whole heart is different than a 3-year-old broken heart. The broken heart are the people who have a break of trust. It's called the first year of your life. You have what is called an attachment system like I do. And there's a lot of things that go into the mix. And you know what? I'm not going to do too much psychoeducation, but I have a background in it because I choose to be educated since I do personal development and I take supporting people to develop personally seriously, which means I get to work with you and your mindset, inner growth mindset. Anyone? Yes, all over the place, the blog, everywhere. So on that note, you can't inspire human potential without saying, hey, so one, you're motivated to be yourself. If you're not, then you're probably not part of my crew because I talk about you being yourself. Yes, you need guidance, not my guidance specifically to understand how you're made, because apparently yoga's trending, but not being a human. Again, the broken-hearted people say, humans suck. And it's like, no, we don't. Why are you doing all that? These silverbacks, you suck. It depends what their group is. And the adaptive children go, and yes, we want your world. We want you, our group leader, to go and battle that group leader. And there you go. And so we have, oh, that's right, the video that was very informative. Why authoritarians are ruling or getting votes and all that. Yes, they play on people's emotions. You know why people get played on their emotions? Because they all have a 3-year-old. The difference is I know mine. Do you know yours? Mine has fun. Does yours have fun? And my body actually loves my 3-year-old memories. The 3 mark is our first 3 years of life. They're all implicit. So if your body feels yucky, you feel yucky. Okay, no devil, no evil, no temptation. All of that is a side note right now. Thank you, researchers in the field of education, of attachment, neuroscience, brain science people, the good ones, not the ancient silverbacks. No. I've seen them all over the place. I try really hard to listen because I know they have good data, but everything else is talking to their audience and getting those emotional strings. Come on over, follow me, here I am. And those, yes, that's what I want. Because the 3-year-old with the broken heart is helpless still inside because they don't know their own self-worth. As I was saying, healthy self-worth, thank you, Terry Real. Not superior, not inferior. Here it is. Here's my actual adult humor stuff with my pink tainted glasses, might I add, and pseudoscience lady. Isn't it beautiful? So 5D mystics on that note. That solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, man, it brought out all the 4D people. I am still speechless because see, if there's one thing I have in my brain, my left and right mode though, in honor of all of humanity. That's not just one, all. All 8 billion and plus and growing. All of them. I don't care what subject matter expertise you are or who you are. You can be a guru. You can come down from the wherever you don't come down. Actually, this is what the mystic part is, makes it really fun, because I have a relationship with the sphere of Akash consciousness. I will, with respect, decline to use other words, since those institutions are still very much well in standing, and I will respect the people who have those institutions as part of what they know for their solace. Because I get it when some people need solace, because cognitive dissonance is not a fun thing to go through. It means that they're actually painfully not able to accept certain things, and that's not mentally. It's physical and mental, and I've seen fear in the people's eyes. I don't like seeing people being afraid. It's not nice. It's not kind to disrupt the person's mental well-being. Okay, so let's leave some things alone, shall we? Some people, not talking to the science people. Science people, they're great. They explain the good science people. The ones who promote one side versus another, stop. You're not educating anyone by choosing to taint your science findings with your belief systems. It's called belief system versus sciences. You can separate the two if you learn how to differ within your brain as you're choosing to educate. So like here, I love people, but I know that the reality is there are people who, as I was trying to get to, don't use their brain. So when I saw what happened after the eclipse and I was like, wait a minute, the solar and the lunar, I was like, no, I'm not seeing what I'm seeing, because I know they have brains and they believe they are smart and they say words like pseudoscience, bullshit lady, self-help crap. It's like, yes, I'm okay with that, but why are you not okay with thinking of artificial intelligence and technology, things that have been created? Why are you not okay with being, you should be with flat earthers. If you're insulting what we've created, including medicine, I don't care what newness it is. If you are in the fear state and you're actually siding with people who say, no, don't believe the system, you're not using your intellect. You're falling for a story. It's okay though. You know what silverbacks do? They that pain point again. I'm going to give you the world that you think. So here's where that word, I'm not even going to use that one. If you're an adult, you're like, wait, the world doesn't revolve around me. My idea of lifestyle does not actually have any existential situation. No, what is it? Air, water, food, physical health. Yes, physical. But if you're not a doctor and a good one, and we want the good ones, not the ones, again, who mix their belief systems, those are not good. If you have belief systems and you're mixing it, I'm going to notice it, the functional adults, and I'm going to hear your words, and I'm going to hear, okay, that, like with me, I know what my words speak. I'm in favor of humanity. I'm a positive person. I'm a loving person. I'll find, and anything you give me that is broken, I'll find a way to fix it. Not fix it necessarily, though, because see, I know it's not broken. You just presented to me something that I'm going to say is a challenge or an opportunity, because I'm going to work with my words on purpose, because my brain doesn't see that it's broken unless it's a glass. But even if it's a glass that's broken, then I can go and pick it up. And if you and I are conversing, I can play with whatever words I want because I'm having a fun conversation. Now, the adaptive children, they don't know who they are emotionally because they don't have an integrated brain. So here's what happens when you have a defectiveness shame button. It's not a button, but you have an attachment trauma and a rupture, and therefore you don't feel worthy of being yourself all on your own, no matter how quirky you get. I was taught by my mother how to be respectful, and for a long time, it feels like a long time, I'm like, okay, I know that I like people and I love people. Thank you, attachment researchers, for helping me. Thank you, Bezel van der Kolk. He's the key that unlocked the heart that was already here with Jesus alongside it, by the way, saying, forgive them for they do not know. I actually now know, yes, people who have dissociative identity disorder, which are a portion of people that have disorganized attachment, or all of the other attachment ruptures, they're not actually themselves. And secure attachment people, they become those teenagers like, oh, no, you broke my heart. Now I don't trust humanity anymore. So all of those people have not moved into 5D yet. Those of us who have moved into 5D, it's because we're like, wow, humans, we can support all to resolve that trauma stuff. Yes, because trauma is relational. And when we treat each other from a secure attachment place as functional adults in the Enlightenment Soul Age group, here's why we know how to tango and how to actually be of help to the entire human species so that they can stop being ruled by their emotional strings, which get pulled by people who don't have the best interest because they also didn't get held with equanimity And so, again, we don't want to do it over and over and over again. Let's spread the word of love, and humanity is beautiful. Tune in.